As you open yourself up to receive the benefits of your practice, just be really gentle with yourself as you explore your body how it is today. Not how it was yesterday, but today in this moment. There's no competition. There's no right or wrong. This is an ancient self-care system, so just enjoy your body and what you're able to do. Have some gratitude for what you're able to do. Good. Namaste, everyone. Namaste means the light in me is honoring the light that's also within you. So it's a beautiful, respectful way to greet people and also to depart. So I'm going to go to my mat. We're going to take a nice, comfortable seat. And what I mean by that is to sit nice and tall. Your spine should be nice and neutral. So if you need a blanket, such as mine here, I'm going to sit up on a blanket. If you have tight hips or knees, you can sit on a blanket, and that will help you to sit a little taller. And that's what you want, a nice, free and easy spine, nice neutral spine. And relax the shoulders back and down. And a lot of what we're doing in our practice is correcting some of our bad postures, some of our a little less life-supporting postures that we take in our life. So we're on maybe computers a lot and we're rolling forward with our shoulders and our neck gets out of alignment, and then we have pain and we wonder why. So this is a lot of correcting that, giving yourself the antidote. You can also choose to sit in a chair if the beginning part of this practice is difficult for you to sit on the floor. So just giving you a moment to find your seat, settling in. Please make sure that you have your blocks and a strap and the blankets and things that you need close by. And closing down your eyes, just listening to my voice here for a few moments. Just start to notice how you feel in your body this morning. What did you wake up with? Could be new. I know for me, I have a nice little sharp pain in the back of my left shoulder blade. So I am going to do some things today that's going to work through that. And I know that that will touch a lot of you. So just noticing any aches, any pains, and also even noticing where you feel good. We want to focus on the positive as well. And then I would like you to relax your belly. Let your belly hang. Just a nice fullness, a nice little Buddha belly there. Already creating a softness before you begin. And now just start to breathe in a little bit smoother and a little bit longer in through the nose. Noticing that coolness that comes in through the nostrils. And then exhale through the nose, noticing the warmth as the breath leaves the nostrils. And please do that 3 or 4 times here on your own, just recognizing and noticing the breath. Is muted. Go ahead and continue to arrive. Sometimes that takes a moment. Letting go of the morning routine, what you have to do when you leave here, what you did before you got here. Just bring yourself present. This is the challenge. And now everyone breathe in through the nose and open the mouth. Decompress. Exhale through the mouth. And continue to do that a couple more times. Inhaling And then exhaling, decompress. Release that pent-up stress that you can. Whatever you're consciously aware of, relax. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. And then let's just take your face and you're going to look over the right shoulder. Just as far over the right that's comfortable for you without letting the left shoulder follow. So keep your shoulders square. Just see how the neck feels. And then look all the way over towards the left, keeping your right shoulder back. We're just kind of diagnostic here in the first few moments of class, seeing how you are. Now as you inhale, expand your belly and look all the way over to the right. And then as you exhale, look over to the left, gently contracting the navel towards the spine. So we're just lubricating, opening up the neck here. Inhale as you look over to the right, expanding your belly, full breath. Exhale all the way to the left, gently contracting your belly. And let's do that one more time. So inhaling to one side. Notice how you're slowing down the breath. Exhaling to the other side. And then come back through neutral, and now just drop your right ear to right shoulder. And just allow that stretch on the left side of your neck here. Those of you that feel comfortable, you can try extending your left fingertips right alongside the floor on the left here, just to create a little bit more of a lengthening on that left side. Stay here, please, and then just drop your chin slightly towards the chest, so you feel that stretch now go towards the back of the neck. And then very gently press the head back. And then do that again, dropping the chin ever so slightly towards the chest. And very gently pressing the head back. And do that one more time. We're just massaging that side of the neck. And then lift your head right back up to center. Place the left hand on your knee again, and just notice the difference between your right and left side. And now dropping your left ear to left shoulder, possibly extending your right fingertips right alongside your body on the mat. See how different that feels from the right to the left. And now very gently drop the chin in towards the chest, just ever so slightly, until you feel the stretch shift towards the back of the neck. And then gently pressing the head back. And gently dropping the chin towards the chest. So just create that nice gentle movement back and forth one more time. And then coming back up through center, let the head come back to neutral, place the right hand on your lap. And then keeping a nice lift of the chest. I don't want to see this slouchiness here. You want to keep your shoulders back, so the shoulders stack right over the hips. The neck is long, the ears are also over your shoulders. And now just drop the chin down towards the throat, maintaining all of that integrity, chin towards the throat. You're now stretching the back of the neck into the rhomboids, center of the spine. And now make sure you don't force this, but inhale as you look up, and then as far back that's comfortable for your neck, keeping your neck long. And then exhale, chin down towards the throat, stretching the back of the neck. So please make sure you're breathing with this. Inhale as you look up, just as far back that's comfortable. Mine's not so much today, because I have that pain in my left side. Hopefully it'll be better. Do this a couple times on your own, inhaling as you look up. And exhale as your chin gently squeezes down towards the throat. Let's do that one more time. Good, and then coming right back up through that neutral. Nice, and if you're sitting in a chair, you may want to come back to your mat now as we begin to move. We'll take that right hand off to the side, reach up and out of that left waist. Reach long so you feel that stretch on that left side, and then start to draw that left arm over the ear. Nice gentle stretch. Maybe looking up underneath the armpit if your neck feels free. Or you can just look forward for a nice neutrality. And then inhaling as you come up and lift up, lengthen, both arms reach up. And then as you exhale, take it on over to the left side. Soften that left elbow so the left shoulder is nice and relaxed away from your ear. Reach up and stretch over the ear, nice open chest. And then let's move with that with our breath. So the inhale is going to take you up. Renew that beautiful length of the spine. Exhale over towards the right. Navel hugs back towards the spine. Inhale up, nice smooth breathing. Exhale over to the left. I love these side bends in the morning especially. Let's do it a couple more times. Just find your own little dance with the breath and the movement. So I like to imagine that I'm leaning up against a wall and I'm gliding the shoulders against the wall. That way you stay with nice long spine and the shoulders stay back. Chest is nice and open. And let's do this one more time. Maybe you can go into that stretch a tiny bit deeper, or maybe not. And then coming back up through center. Very nice. Let's take the legs out wide. So this is where sitting on a blanket will be very helpful. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what not to do. Is I don't want to see this type of slouchy. Okay, you're not going to feel good doing this. You'll feel the difference. So use the blanket to elevate your hips so that you can sit nice and tall. You see that? Ears over the shoulders, shoulders right over the hips. And you're right on top of the sit bones. Okay? So could be where you stay. If you're really tight, bring your hands back behind you for support. Flex your feet and just feel the stretch in your legs. This might be enough. If you can maintain long spine, bring your hands forward. Keep lifting across the chest, keep your legs active. And then maybe you can crawl forward a little bit. Some of you may be able to sandwich yourself all the way down to the floor. It really doesn't matter as long as you're feeling something. Lift up out of the waist, keep your shoulders relaxed. So there's about 80% of the effort is in your legs right now. So you really want to have nice, firm legs. That's going to help support your spine. And then let's take 2 nice decompression breaths here. So let's inhale through the nose and exhale, open up the mouth. Let's do that one more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Good. And then let's come back up through center. And now cross the opposite foot in front. So it's going to be the one that's not your go-to. So just switching up the legs. I'm going to turn back to face you again. And then let's bring the hands forward and really pull the fingers back. Spread the fingers, pull the fingers back, like you're placing your hands against the wall. Shoulders relax back, and then just pull the fingers down underneath towards your elbow, your forearm, so you feel that stretch right across the forearms. Inhale as you open the hands wide, spread the fingers, and exhale as you pull the fingers down. So doing that a few more times. Inhale, open the hands, spread the fingers wide, and then exhale, pull the fingers down. Good. Keep that going. A couple more on your own. And what this is doing is this is right out of the Pawanmuktasana Series 1, which is the rheumatic series for arthritis. So this is really, really good to do, Let's do one more. Taking care of our joints. And exhale. Good. And then now soften the elbows. Just bring the elbows in alongside your ribs and circle the wrists. Circle the wrist. Big circles, and even take notice of which wrist feels a little less mobile, or it doesn't have a lot of range of movement. So taking the time to really drop into what your experience is, what you're feeling, what your body's feedback, and then go the other direction, circle the other way. Yes, very good. And you can make tighter fists. This will definitely increase the sensation. It'll be stronger. Or you can keep your hands loose. So just play with that. Good, and then shake out the hands. Very nice. And then just relax the hands into your lap. Close your eyes and just feel the difference. Just feel the energy in your wrists. Did I have somebody raise a hand? Did somebody need something? Okay, I'm just making sure I see a hand is raised, Stephanie. If you need to say something to me, you guys can just unmute yourself and just speak to me. It's okay. But otherwise, try to keep yourself muted. All right, and let's come on to hands and knees, please. So just move your goodies off to the side, blocks and blankets and everything, and come on to hands and knees. And so you want your hands to be spread with equal distance between each knuckle, and then press into the index finger and the thumb a little bit more than the rest of the fingers. The tendency is to roll to the pinky edges of your hands, so just make sure that you're nice and equal across the hands. And then inhale, lift your heart forward through the arms. Lift your seat up. You're stretching the whole front body. Lift your face. And then as you exhale, you're going to push the floor away. Tuck the belly in and up and around your spine like an angry Halloween cat. Let the head relax here. Move the shoulder blades apart. This is called cat-cow. Now we're going to inhale as you lift the heart. Lift your seat, full breath in. Exhale, keep your arms straight, push the floor away, and just round that spine. So let's do that a few times, inhaling as you go into the little back bend. And exhale as you round the spine. Tuck the tail down, push the floor away. Keep going on your own. Just really lubricating and taking care of the entire spine here. And really the only thing that's moving is your spine and your head. Your arms stay nice and solid. And then let's do one more with that decompression breath. So inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Good. Come back into neutral spine. And then we're going to turn the hands out to the side. Okay, so this is going to be strong. If you've never done this before, just move slowly. Walk the knees in just a little bit so that it makes it more accessible. And then start to move the fingers back to face towards your knees so that you're feeling the underneath side of the arm and the wrist stretch here. It can be pretty strong. And now you can walk the knees back just a little bit. The further back your knees go, the more intense the stretch will be. So you decide where you want to be here. Again, you just want to feel something. You just want to feel that stretch. Relax the face, the jaw, and just breathe deeply and smoothly in and out the nose. Good. One more breath here, decompression breath. So inhale fully, and then exhale through the mouth. Good. Releasing. Walk the knees in just a little so you can turn the hands back around. You're definitely going to feel that. You can take your block or two, move your feet apart, and just place the block right in between your heels and take a seat on the block. And then you want to look at your toes. Make sure the toes are facing straight back and not out to the side. Those of you that can sit comfortably on your heels, you'll just take this pose. Otherwise, use your blocks. Okay, and then you're going to circle those wrists again. You're also giving yourself a nice stretch in your knees and your ankles here, so do make sure you use those props as you need to, so you can be more comfortable. Switch the direction of circling your wrists. Good, and then now shake out the hands. Nice. Let's take the fingers, I'll face you for this, but take the fingers right on your shoulders, elbows wide. You're still seated. And then you're just gonna inhale, elbows together and up. Exhale, back and down. So you're just circling in the shoulders, inhale, elbows together and up. Exhale, back and down. Yeah, and this is a nice one for releasing the tension in the shoulders and the neck. Big circles. Inhale as you swing up. So you expand the lungs, and exhale as you pull them back and down. Good. Let's do this a couple more times. I'm already starting to feel a little better in that one spot of my shoulder blade. So good. And then let's reverse it. So keep your fingers connected. Bring the elbows out this time. Up, forward, and down. So you're just reversing that movement. Inhale on the upswing. Exhale on the downswing. Good. Full lungs on the inhale. Complete and empty out on your exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Make the movement bigger if you can. Good. Last one. Big breath in. I love this one. It quickly became one of my favorites. And then we'll shake it out. Nice. We're going to come up away from your block or your heels. Back into hands and knees. Let's move the block off to the side. And then separate your knees and your hands. So you have about hip distance apart with your knees and outer shoulder distance apart with your hands. Tuck the navel in and up so you have that nice support for your low back. And then stretch that right leg straight back behind you in line with your hip. Okay, firm it, flex the foot. The toes should be facing down and not out to the side. Keep that navel and ribs in and up like a corset. And then take your left arm forward, right alongside your ear. So this is going to be a little harder than it looks. You are balancing. Wonderful for the spine and for the core. Keep reaching long through your limbs, moving away from each other, keeping your neck nice and long. Take one more breath here. Inhale, lengthen, and then as you exhale, just gently set everything down. We're just going to go right to the other side. Left leg back, toes facing down. The tendency is to sag the ribs here. So you can take your right hand on the bottom of the ribs and just encourage those ribs to pull back. Keeping that, stretch your right arm forward and then just breathe here. 3 full breaths in and out the nose. One more inhale, reach and lengthen, and then as you exhale, set everything down. Very nice. Now we'll just circle. I love this too. Just circle the hips down and around towards your heels, around and forward if that feels good. Just nice big circles, massaging your low back, your hips, releasing tension. Kind of like you're experiencing a nice massage, really. And then let's go the other direction. Push the hips out and around to the side and back around. And then this is where you can really pay attention to what is your body's feedback telling you. You have a tight right hip, left hip. What's going on? Good, and then let's come back into that neutral spine. We'll make our way now all the way down onto your belly. So just go ahead and lower yourself gently. And then slide the arms forward. This is called Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Hands are directly in line with your elbows. So just spread those fingers. Lengthen back through the toes. And now listen carefully. Press down with the hands and slightly back as if you're trying to glide the hands back towards your hips. Keeping that lift the chest and press your chest forward. And you're doing all of that with really nice firm legs. You should feel a nice stretch in your low back here. Let's hold here for 3 breaths. Nice relaxed face and jaw. And then we'll lower all the way down on your belly, and we'll do our shoulder opener here, chest opener. So I'm going to, again, come up a little bit closer to you for those of you that are newer. It'll be a little easier to understand. On your belly, you're going to pop up onto your left fingertips and then reach that right arm out long on the floor. And you're gonna walk the right hand away and then stack your shoulders, stack your hips from the side. So that's what it looks like, and I'm gonna come back to my mat and do that. Keep your arm in line with your shoulder and plant it on the floor, walk it away. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders, and just let your head relax. You're really gonna feel this all across the front of the chest, into the shoulder, maybe even into the neck. It's a good one. Good, relax into the pose. Good, let's take one more breath. And then slowly roll back onto your belly. And then we'll gently take the other side. So now I'm gonna pop up onto my left fingertips. My right arm's gonna reach out long in line with my right shoulder. Palm face down, walk it out, and then stack your hips, shoulders, head relaxed. And there's no right or wrong, really. There's better and worse ways to do a posture. There's ways to do that's more integrity, and we want to make sure we do that. But then as far as it is, you know, how deep you go, it doesn't really matter. You want to go with what you're feeling. And remember, are you able to breathe slowly and calmly? Take one more breath, and through your exhale, try to release the tension and relax the breath through the mouth. Good, and then make your way back onto your belly. Nice, let's bring the arms all the way back now alongside the body. This is called Shalabhasana. And we're going to inhale and lift your arms, lift your chest, lift your legs. Lift everything you can. Just don't let the head throw back. I want your back of the neck to be long. Engage those back muscles. Lift up maybe a little bit more if you have it. And then exhale as you lower down, nice and slow and controlled. Tap the forehead, relax the shoulders. And then repeat that 3 more times. Inhaling as you lift up. Engaging those muscles. Exhale as you lower. And then 2 more. Maybe you can lift up 1 more vertebra as you repeat this a couple times. Last time. hands under the shoulders, and then we'll take our first child's pose, Balasana. So I'm going to push my hips back towards my heels. My knees are wider than my hips, so I'm going to allow my ribs and my belly to rest right in between my knees. Big toes are touching. Reach the arms forward and just allow your forehead to rest. Deep, full breathing here, breathing into the back of your body. And then let's get our arms really long now. Reach them forward, pop up onto your fingertips so that your arm bones lift up. And root the hips back towards your heels. Take a nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, walk all the way over to the right with your hands. Keeping your left hip back. Stretch that left arm towards the right. So you're really getting into that side body here. And then coming back through center on the inhale. And then exhale, walk over to the other side and reach long through the right arm as you keep the right hip back towards your heel. So you're getting into that armpit, you're getting into the side body, the ribs, the intercostal muscles. And when we're doing these postures, these stretching postures, we're not just stretching superficially the muscles. We're actually stimulating the organ systems in the body as well. So this is super deep and very healing, powerful practice. Good, and let's come back through center on the inhale. And then let's come back up into tabletop on the exhale. Good, and then let's stay here. Inhale, lift your heart again. We've been here before, so you're coming into that cow pose. Take that back bend. And then now as you exhale, pull the ribs in like you're going to go to cat pose, but you're going to push right back to child's pose. And take the entire exhale to get there. Inhale, back up into cow. Lift the heart at the very end. Lift your seat. Exhale, pull the ribs in, tail tucks down, push back to child's pose. So we're going to repeat this several times. And we're really nourishing and balancing our nervous systems with this type of movement and breath work. Exhale longer as you push back to child's. Inhale up, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale back and extend that exhale even longer than the inhale. On your own, 2 or 3 more times. Just keep moving. And this is how we have a very strong impact on the nervous systems. It's a lot of what we're doing here when we practice. Good, and let's come back up into table, hands and knees. Then from there, curl the toes under. Walk your knees in, walk your feet in, so that they touch. Feet and knees touch. Heels squeeze in, toes curled under. Push the hips back towards your heels, and then rock back forward towards your wrists. So now we're going to go into what they call broken toe pose. You'll see why. You might already have an idea. Okay, so this is definitely good for the arthritis that gets into our joints and our toes, ankles. So let's do this movement one more time. And then the next time your hips are back, just keep them back. Start to gently walk the hands in underneath your shoulders and then just stay here. Just stay here for a moment, squeeze the heels in. If you have very strong sensation, just stay right here. And those of us that have been doing this a while, you can go ahead and lift up your body and sit right on top of the heels. But you take care of yourself here. especially if it's your first time. Relax those shoulders, relax your face. And we're going to take 2 more breaths. Let's bring in that decompression breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Once more, inhale with this intention of releasing. Exhale, all the tension. Good. Come forward onto hands and knees, and then you'll be glad to know, uncurl the toes, tap the toes out. That usually feels pretty good after that. And then let's make your way all the way back down onto your belly. Slide the hands back so that the fingers are in line with the center of your chest. Elbows are high and elbows wrapped in towards the ribs. Okay, stretch back through your toes and then inhale, peel the chest out. This isn't a push-up. You're using your back strength. And then as you exhale, lower. We're gonna do 3 more. Inhale, lift up, shoulder blades come back towards each other. Exhale, lower down. Good, remember it's not a push-up. Once more, inhale. This is called Cobra, Bhujangasana. And exhale, lower. Good, one more time. Inhale, peel up. And maybe you can take your hands away to make sure you're using your back and leg strength. Good, land the hands back down, push back through child's pose. And breathe. So if you have any kind of intestinal distress going on, you can walk your knees in a little closer and then apply some pressure with the thighs on your abdomen. Let the head relax. And that just creates a little massage for your belly. Good. Let's come back into tabletop, hands and knees. Separate your knees hip distance. Curl the toes back under and then just lift the hips straight up. Push through the hands, press the chest towards your thighs. If you are tight in the back of your body, and many of us are, back of the legs, go ahead and bend those knees. Most important here is that your spine is long. You can bend the knees as much as you need to. Keep your hips high and keep your arms straight. Good. Breathe here. 2 more breaths with decompression. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Once more. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Let's look forward between the hands and take your time. You can take 1 giant step forward or take a little walk. Bring your feet up to the top of your mat, and then let's bring the blocks in right underneath your hands. Feet are hip distance apart. And just allow your upper body to drape down over the legs. Let your head relax. Remember, you can bend those knees as much as you need to. Good. Let your head go. And then bring the hands on your waist, elbows tuck back towards each other like little chicken wings. Then press down through your feet and come up with a nice long spine and flat back. How are we feeling? Feeling a little better, I hope, already. Bring the arms alongside the body. This is called Tadasana. And this is the foundational pose for all the other poses we do. So ears over the shoulders, shoulders over your hips, hips over knees, and knees over ankles. A lot of times we're standing, we don't even realize that we're slouching or that our chin is pitching forward. So just clean up that alignment. Shoulders back, elbows, or ears over the shoulders. Straighten the arms and inhale, sweep the arms out and up, full long stretch. Try and touch the ceiling. Grab a hold of your left wrist, lengthen up and out of that left side body. Now pay attention here, tuck the ribs in and tail tucks down. So you're lengthening your sit bones towards your knees. Keeping that lift up and stretch over to the right. And that will just give you nice support for your low back. Good. Then inhale, come back up through center. Same thing on the other side. Grab a hold of the right wrist. Lengthen up, tuck those ribs in, tail down, and then stretch up and over to your left. Good. Back up through center, inhale. We'll do one more time to the other side. Lift up, exhale to the right. Good, and then one more time to the other side. Inhale, center, exhale, lift up and over. And then back up through center. Good, let the arms come down and around behind you. Interlace the hands behind the back. If you can't quite do that, reach for your strap, and you can just hold onto the strap and stretch the arms back. So just opening up across the chest here. I'm going to turn my back on you here just so you can see. With the interlaced hands or even a strap, you're just going to pull your hands to the right waist. Tuck the elbows back towards each other. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. And then just drop your right ear to right shoulder. So we're getting into the neck a little bit more, into the side, the shoulders. Should feel good. And stay here just a little bit longer. If you want, you can drop your chins a little bit down, like we did in the beginning, so you can target now more the back of the neck, which actually feels really good to me. And then we'll come back up through center, re-extend the arms back, open across the chest, and then now take your hands or your strap and pull yourself over to the left. Tuck the elbows towards each other, lengthen up through the crown of the head, and then just very gently drop your left ear. And again, you can play with that chin down a little bit. Just give yourself what you need. Find where the tension is and stretch it out. Very gently coming back up through center. Open the arms again one more time. Reach back. Open the chest rather. And then release. And then just give your arms a little shake out. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Nice. Let's inhale. Sweep the arms out and up. Reach up. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Long spine. Come down to your forward fold. Hands on your blocks if needed. Inhale, push the hands into the block and just lift your chest so your spine is lengthening. And then exhale, fold in maybe a little deeper. From here, take your right leg and you're gonna step that leg all the way back onto the ball of your foot. So you can see the shape I'm in here. My front knee is over my ankle, not over the toes. So make sure you have that. And then just lift the hips up and then lower the hips. So you're just gonna take this very controlled bouncing, lifting up and lowering the hips. The knee doesn't touch. You're just taking this nice gentle pulsing. Good, and then the next time that your hips are low, go ahead and lower that back knee. And we'll just stay here in this nice low lunge for just a few breaths. A couple little cleaning house notes here. You want to squeeze your front heel towards your back knee, almost like you're trying to pull in towards the midline or bunch up a blanket underneath. And that way you don't just dump into your joints. It's really important. Lift up across the chest here so your spine is nice and long. Relax your eyes and your face and just breathe steadily in and out the nose. into what's called Ardha Hanumanasana. It's just a hamstring stretch. So we're going to shift the hips back, flex your front toes towards your nose. You can always soften your knee if you feel tight. Again, most important is that your spine stays nice and long. What you don't want is this, rounding the spine just to get the leg to straighten. I would much rather you keep your spine long and bend the knee as you need. Holding here for 3 full breaths. You just want to feel that nice stretch in the back of the leg. Using the blocks are really nice tools. Good. One more full breath here. Inhale. And maybe exhale through the mouth if that helps you. We're going to rock back forward again, and then just slide that left knee back underneath the left sit bone, and simply just step your right foot forward now, right in between your blocks. Let your hips come forward. Make sure the knee does not exceed your toes, but lands right over your heel. Lift up across the chest, and then make sure you're squeezing in towards the midline for support. So as we start to open the body, we want to create a stability before we open. Opening without stability actually creates vulnerability on your mat, and also a nice metaphor in life. So you always want to have that stable posture first, that stable foundation, and then you're safe to open. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Relax where you consciously can. And then we'll shift back into Ardha Hanuman. So now we're going to stretch the underneath side of the right leg. Flex your toes, bend the knee as needed. Take those blocks and place them a little closer underneath your shoulders so you feel a little more stable. Lift up across the chest, bend the knee as you need to, or straighten the leg if you have that available. There's absolutely no judgment of what you can and cannot do in your yoga practice, because that changes constantly. You're just simply taking care of all your systems, joints, muscles, organs, the mind, the heart. Let's take 1 more breath here. And then come back forward into that low lunge. Good. Walk your blocks forward, curl the back toes under, lift up the back knee, and then you can take that little bouncing here. We just reversed it. So lower the hips and lift the hips. Lower the hips and lift the hips a couple times. And now, taking your time, step up to the top of your mat. So you can take 1 or 3 steps, whatever you need. And then just folding down over those legs. Nice. Hands on your hips, press down through the feet and come on up. Very nice. And then let's open wide onto your mat now. Take a nice wide stride. Reach the arms out to the side. So notice that my legs are pretty wide. You can gauge this for your own body. Take a look at your wrist and make sure it's in line with your ankle. Kind of roughly estimate that. And that's wide enough for your body. Then turn your right toes to face out towards the short edge of your mat. And just bend that front knee so the knee lands over the ankle and not over the toes. And then just press back up to a stand, straight legs. Let's do that a few times, just lowering into that hip and straightening. Just to encourage a nice opening in the hip joint. And then let's find that warrior two. So you're reaching equally across the chest. Your legs are equally active. And let's place that forearm right on your thigh here. Reach that top arm over the ear. Look up underneath the armpit. And then as you exhale, you're going to reach that arm up and all the way back along your leg and take your eye gaze towards your right big toe. Powerfully move that left shoulder away from your ear. Inhale as you sweep the arm up and look up underneath the armpit. Exhale, look down and powerfully move that left shoulder out of your ear. Look towards the big toe. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up. And exhale down. Good. With your strong legs, press down through your feet and come up straight legs and arms. Lengthen now from your waist like you're gliding up against that imaginary wall. And then just place that hand somewhere on the leg, lightly. Top arm up. This is called Trikonasana, triangle pose. And it actually works every single muscle in the body at one time. Try not to let it use your muscles in the face though. Relax the jaw, relax the eyes, the face, the tongue. Good. Use your strong legs and inhale, come up, straight arms and legs. Good. Turn the right toes in. Turn the left toes out. And then just do a little bouncing, controlled bouncing in that left side. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. And then finding your warrior two, reach long across the chest. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed back and down. Put Tadasana in this pose with your neck in line with your shoulders and shoulders over your hips. Place that forearm on the thigh, and we'll do the same thing on this side. So you're gonna look up underneath, stretch the arm long. As you exhale, look down and powerfully move that shoulder away from your ear. And inhale as you sweep the arm up and over, look up. Exhale as you pull that shoulder away, stretch back. 2 more times, just explore it. We're opening up the neck, the side body, the shoulders, even the legs here. And once more. Very good. Then with your strong legs, press into the feet and come up. Straight arms, straight legs. Firm the legs, make sure. Lift up the kneecaps. Lengthen from your waist like you're gliding against that wall. And then very light placement of the left hand somewhere on the leg. Right arm straight up at 12 o'clock. Think about your feet. You want each part of your foot anchored. The inside, the outside. And this is good work. Don't be surprised if you feel challenged here. It is challenging. It can be. And then use your legs, use your core strength. Inhale, come up. Good. Turn your left toes in. Walk your feet in maybe just a little bit. And then inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to twist towards your right leg. So your left hand's going to come towards your right leg, bend your right knee. Look up towards your right thumb. You're twisting. Inhale, come back up through center, straight spine and legs. Exhale, bend your left knee and reach that right arm somewhere over on that left leg. Look up towards the left thumb, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Look up towards that thumb. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. So this is, keep going, keep going. This is right out of the Pawanmuktasana Series 2, which is for healthy digestion. Twisting is really good for our digestive system. Let's do one more round. I love the Pawan series. They're traditionally used and have been for thousands of years for the health of our whole bodies. We'll twist to the left as the last one here. And then inhale back up through center. Stay here. Walk your feet in. Walk your feet in, heel ball, heel ball. And then just bring the hands into the heart center. Good, bring everything back in to steadiness and ease. Just feel your body. Feel your breath. And then we'll transition into a little balancing, okay? So balancing works your focus and your concentration. Not to mention, as we age, it's the first thing that goes. So it is important that we practice it every day if we can. Shift the weight to the right leg, but you don't want to do this. Bump your hip out to the side. Okay, you want to keep everything nice and lifted, shifting the weight, and then turn the left knee out to the side. This is also a hip opener, you guys, so you don't want your right hip to follow. Keep your hips square, move the left knee open to your own degree, and then start to play with your balance. You can lift the left foot on the inside of the ankle, and then you can put it right back down again if you lose your balance. You can stay here, practice in this way, or if your balance is with you today and you're used to doing this, you can pull that foot up high into the upper inner thigh, hands to the heart, and then maybe you can reach the arms up. So this is called Virksasana, tree pose. It's okay if you fall, if you're weeble wobbling around. I mean, that's all part of the practice. And your balance is going to be different every day. So just see where you are, no judgment. Don't give up, keep practicing. Whoa, I lost my balance here. Good, if you fall, come back, okay? You have another 30 seconds to practice. Intentionally, right? Place the foot down, hands to the heart. Take a breath, relax the shoulders. Notice that may have caused a little stress and tension. Balancing is kind of like stresses us out a little bit. And then let's move to the other side, okay? So move slowly. Shift the weight to your left leg without bumping your hip out. Turn that right knee out to the side, light on your toes. Once you're ready, gently lift the foot up, and then maybe you put it right back down. So just practice, see where you are. If your balance is with you, all the way up into the upper inner thigh. You just don't want to put your foot on your knee, everyone. Not on the knee, above or below, preferably. Our knees are sensitive. We don't want to mess with them at all. Lift the arms up if you have your balance, if you want to practice the full expression. Keep going, keep coming back if you have fallen. We have a half of a minute left to practice. Three, two, and very gently, intentionally, place the foot down and hands to the heart. Very good. So now take your block, please. Let's see where we are. Take your block and we'll practice one balancing pose called Ardha Trikonasana, which I love, but we're going to break it down a little bit. So take your block and place it to the right corner of your mat. Turn your toes out to face towards the front edge of your mat, Warrior Two again. So we've been here, Warrior Two. Now place the left hand on your waist, bring your right hand to the block, and I'm going to bring mine up to the highest level. This is going to be a lot more accessible for most of us. Start to walk that left foot in a little bit. Walk that block out towards the corner of your mat, towards the pinky toe side. And then you can practice shifting the weight to your right leg and lift the left leg. You can always bend the knee a little bit, your standing knee. But we're working at stacking our hips and stacking our shoulders, kind of like you're leaning up against a wall. Toes are going to face straight out to the side. And if you come out, it's okay. Come back in. Just practice lifting the leg up. It might be just ever so slightly like this. Just lifting and lowering, just practice. And then once you're ready and you feel more comfortable, you can go in for the full expression, lifting the arm up towards the ceiling and stacking everything. It takes time for your body to adapt to these shapes, so be patient and kind. Good, then we'll come right back down into that warrior two. How did you do? Let's take the block now over to the other side. Pinky toe side. Find your warrior two and find your breath. Steady breath. The trick is to maintain that steadiness and ease in the breath as you challenge yourself in the balance. Right hand on the waist, left hand to your block. Start to walk in a little bit with that back foot and prepare to lift up that leg a little bit or a lot. Play with it. You can stay looking down or you can extend the top arm up long. You want long spine, everything is stretching apart. Good, and then if you're ready, you can gently bend the knee, step back. Warrior two, woo. Straighten up the legs, turn the toes again in so their feet are parallel. And then I'm going to take my two blocks, place them out in front of me, and my hands are right on top of the blocks, underneath my shoulders. Just shift your weight over to the right hip, bend your right knee, and keep your left leg straight. Inhale up, exhale over to the left, keeping your right leg straight. And go ahead and shift back and forth on your own a couple times. This is really nice to open up your inner thighs, low back. Good, back and forth, back and forth. And then let's make our way back through the center. You can stay right here if your legs are feeling it. Or you can bend your knees a little bit. Keep your spine long and maybe fold forward all the way down. Let your head drop right in between your feet. My knees are bent. You can have a nice, generous bend in your knees. Just keep your spine long. And then I'll start to lift my hips a little bit and straighten the legs as my body tells me it's ready. Just letting the blood bathe your brain, your heart, calming the nervous system. It's really awesome to drop your head down below your heart. This is considered an inversion. Inversions are wonderful to do in your practice. Let's take one more breath. Just relax. And then we'll place the hands back on the blocks, lift up the chest. And then walk the heels in, walk the toes in, heel ball, just until they're about outer hip distance apart. And then we're going to come into a squat pose. So a squat pose is going to look different for everyone, especially if you've never done this. So you could be starting out just like this. Just push the knees out and you stay up a little higher. And those of you that are ready and you've been doing this a long time, you'll come all the way down, hips down, hands to the heart. But you're still trying to take the roundness out of your spine here. And this one is necessary for us to do daily, actually daily. It's healthy for our digestive system. Good. And then we're going to have however you need to, you're going to take a seat. Just take a seat. Now I'm going to turn sideways here, and we're going to come into Navasana, which is boat pose. And I don't think it's anyone's favorite. I'll just say that. It's definitely not mine, but that just means we need it. If it's difficult, we need to do it. There's something there for us. Okay, so spine long, you're right on top of your sit bones, palms face up, and then just start to balance on your sit bones. See if you can lift your feet up, balancing on your sit bones without letting yourself round your spine. Stay lifted. You can stay right here. You can hold on to the knees for support, or you can straighten the legs and lift the arms. That's a little bit more advanced and definitely harder. I'm going to stay somewhere in the middle. Okay, you choose your spot and then hold for 3 breaths with a nice little smile on your face. Very good. One more breath. Inhale, lift, and then take the soles of your feet together and let them come down towards the floor. Let the knees open out to the side and just fold forward. This is called Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees out. Very nice. Plant the feet onto the mat, hip distance apart, palms face up. And now just pull the navel in and roll down 1 vertebra at a time until you're all the way flat on your back. Try to use your strength to lower yourself. And then once you're down, you're going to reach for the strap and just loop it around the right instep of your foot. We're going to take these nice postures here at the end. Loop it around the foot and then try to straighten your leg. If you have to lower the leg a little bit to get the leg straight, please do that. If you like, you can extend your left leg long, if your low back is okay. Otherwise, you can keep it bent. But relax those shoulders, flex your feet, and just feel that hamstring stretch for 3 breaths. Soften your face, soften the neck muscles. And then let's take that right leg all the way out to the right. Reach the left arm out to the left. Flex your feet. Just try to stay anchored in that left side. Breathe. On your next in-breath, lift your leg back up through the center and then take your strap now into the left hand. Reach that right arm out long, keep your right shoulder down on the mat, and start to cross your right leg over towards the left. You're going to feel this on your outer hip into the low back even. It's a big stretch. Just try to stay relaxed and lengthen your exhale. Release the strap and then just bend your knee. Interlace your hands about 2 inches below your right knee. Squeeze into the right hip. And then just do little circles in that right hip. Circle in the hip joint. Usually a little sensitive there. Circle the other way 3 or 4 times. And then squeeze straight down into the hip till you feel a little pinching sensation in that right hip. This is wonderful for the digestive system. Take the left foot, bend up your knee, place the foot on the floor, and then cross your right ankle right over that left knee. Flex your foot. Take your right hand to the top of your right knee or thigh and just push it gently away from you. And you can stay right here if you feel enough sensation. You're getting a nice hip stretch. Or you can interlace right in between your legs beyond your left thigh. And you can gently pull in and push that right knee away at the same time. And that's a really good hip opener. And no one is here today to build more tension in the body, so relax into these postures every chance you get to let go of all of the stored tension that accumulates in the tissues in our body. Take one more breath and breathe out the mouth to let go, to decompress. And then release both feet onto the floor. And then we'll just go to the other side. Take your strap to the left foot. It's a different side, you guys, so you might feel more flexible or less flexible. Just see where you are. Think of that Tadasana pose, that standing pose. You want to firm your legs like you were standing on them. Shoulders are relaxed and neck is long. Good. As you're ready, take the strap into the left hand and reach that right arm out to the side as you bring that left leg out to the side. Relax your upper body. Relax the chest, the face, the neck. What's working the most here would be your legs. They should be pretty active, firm. Good. On your next in-breath, come back up. Take a hold of the strap now into the right hand. Reach the left arm out like an airplane wing. Keep your left shoulder down and start to cross the body ever so slowly and gently. This is where most of us are pretty tight here, so you do want to move slowly, take your time. There's a lot of density here in these muscles. Let's all take one more breath here. Exhale through the mouth for that decompression, that releasing. And then very gently come up. Take your right foot to the mat and then release the strap. Cross that left foot over the right knee. This is also called figure 4 because it does look like a 4. So you want that shape. Anchor the small of your back down. The hips stay level. Then you can press that left knee away from the body. So just check that out a little bit. You want to stabilize, remember, first. You can stay right here, or you can lift up the legs and interlace the hands beyond your right thigh. And pull in as you push that left knee away. Big hip opener. Inhale deeply through the nose, please. Exhale through the mouth. And then take your right foot down. We're going to pull that left knee in, interlace below the knee.
Extend your right leg long and then circle now in that left hip. Just 3 or 4 times one direction. And then reverse it when you're ready. Good. Then squeeze down into that left hip. Create that little pinching sensation. And then extend that leg up and all the way down next to the right leg. Just feel. Relax here on your back. Just feel. Noticing all the little subtleties, the changes that have gone on in this past 75 minutes or so. And then taking your block, I love to end this way. Take your block, bend your knees, lift up your hips, and just slide that block underneath your sacrum, which is that flat, bony structure at the base of the spine. I feel like it's almost meant for a block. So it'll just fit nicely. You don't want to be on your vertebra or on your tailbone. So just right at that flat, bony structure. And just relax here. It's a nice little mild inversion. You're kind of reversing the blood flow into the heart and into the brain. It's very calming and a little bit energizing as well. You could stay right here, or you can extend your legs all the way out to get a little more psoas and hip flexor opening here. And just remember, if it hurts you in any way, just come back to the first stage. Let's bend up the knees, place the feet down, and then let's just lift the legs up now towards the ceiling. And this is definitely a little stronger inversion where the blood flow is now almost completely reversed, going into the brain and the heart region. Just enjoy this. I guarantee you that there is no one harder on you than you. So this is the place where we learn to reframe and talk a little bit more gently to ourselves. Because that's really where it all starts, right? You can't have compassion or love for anybody outside yourself unless you have it for yourself. So it starts with you, and this is where we cultivate it. Take your feet down towards the floor, lift your hips up, slide the block out, and then we'll come and do a happy baby. Flex the feet up towards the ceiling, open the knees out wide as your shoulders. Reach up for whatever you can on the leg. Could be the feet, it could be just your outer calves. And just pull the knees into the armpits. Neck is long and tail is released down. Try to flatten each vertebra. Very nice. And then we'll take Shavasana. You can take the soles of the feet together and let your knees drop out for Supta Baddha Konasana, little hip opener. Or you can extend your legs long. Basically, you just want to be comfortable.
This is your Shavasana. It's really important that you take this resting pose. So you want to lie down flat, and we're going to do a little breathing. So go ahead and find your way into that Shavasana position. It's considered the most important posture. And the reason why is because everything returns to normal when you take this rest. Try to be still. Just observe your body. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose like you're filling up a glass of water. Fill up from the bottom all the way to the top and then hold the breath in. Exhale through the nose like you're emptying out that glass of water from top to bottom. And please do that a couple more times. Just relax the legs out in front of you and inhale fully. And exhale completely, just focusing on your breath. Inhale through the nose, maybe a little fuller, maybe a little deeper. And exhale through the nose a little longer. And please continue that. This will really help to balance your nervous systems, to keep you calm, with less anxiety. Good. One more big breath here. And now please just allow your breath to be natural. Close your eyes and scan your body from head to toe. Notice all the little subtleties that have changed during this time together. What did you learn about yourself today?